Yo, what's going on? I imagine wearing the same socks, if they're not dirty, it's probably not that bad. Hey, what's going on? Alright, so the Russell is stronger here this morning. Sort of in this range here on the NAS. Above our in-period highs, trading right into a supply zone 94, seems to be the upper end of the range as well. So we have 15 supply zone up here. On the NAS, we're seeing a bit of profit taking now here. As you can see, the Russell's holding up a lot better here above our June 15th zone, but this is sort of a stop run zone. It's a VPOC from June 15th. So as you can see, we flushed right through it here, and it's bid right now at this old 2.8. So generally speaking, the Russell's leading the show here this morning. S&P somewhere in the middle, somewhere weaker than the rest. What I can see here, these are some pretty important resistances to get above on the S&P futures here, 43 and a quarter into 45 and a quarter. This area here is really crucial. The bulls need to get above this. If they can't get above that, probably test some downside maybe today. So that's just a bit of context here. In terms of NASDAQ, there's basically this 94 and a quarter, and that's all they've got. That's all they've got working for them. The bears this morning here. So I'm looking to trade maybe some rotational activity here today, depending on what we get. So we seem to be range bound right now, and we'll just trade what we see, and that's the plan. Seems to have just run the lows here on the Qs. $279. We traded it to the tick there. Lower end of the range, upper end of the range 94. That's what I'm seeing here right now. That's the range. All right. So say 79 to 94. What would be at the approximate halfway point on my screen? It looks like it would be about 86.50 to 87. 88, 87. Alrighty. There's like this weird dim screen feature that's going on my screen here. It dims the screen when I'm not moving the mouse. It's kind of weird. It's doing that thing where I can't read the chat again. That's kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I see you type in, Vlad. Hey, what's going on, man? I don't know why it's saying I can't read the chat in the live. So what I'm gonna do is get a separate window for that going on. That seems a little bit more reasonable. Alright, cool. I can read the chat now. Hey Vlad, what's going on? Alright, we're seeing some profit taking, mainly led by the NASDAQ here right now. Bit here. Wow, look at that, 79 bit on an uptick there. This thing's gonna run. There we go. Taking out the buy stops at the high volume node. Buy stops right in the center of the range there, 88. Was about to buy that 79, couldn't grab myself to do it though. Need balls of steel. Top of the range again, 94. Checking out some buy stops here, coming off a move up. Don't know why my screen is doing that. I'm just gonna try and fix it. All right, the Russell's seeing some profit taking now, lower end of the range here. 996. Seems like a reasonable bid here. All right, still bidding up here, 9.4. Oh yeah, a lot of buyers getting squeezed up there. See them there. You know, judging what we're seeing here, we're seeing a bit of a rotational market here this morning here. Pretty good, pretty good. So we'll just keep watching here, and we'll try to take part in some activities here. Below this 79 again on the NAS here, for me, I'm bear biased if it starts trading under that again. But the way it's moving up here, this is bull bias now. But really, it's all about the M period highs from yesterday here. The Russell now seeing some, well, we've seen a little bit of profit taking off the highs. For me, it's all about 296.2 around this area. 299.1, that's the first one, and then 296.2, that's the second one for the ruts. If it stays above here, it's bull biased. If it stays under here, it's bear biased. In my opinion, we're going to test lower prices. Here comes the NAS. We just ran the highs there. Looking like a buy stop run again, and we're not seeing much market correlation here. The S&Ps are also running higher here at the same time. And we're running now here on the Qs. Plus 800 on that move there. Let's see if it lasts. Let's see if it lasts, baby. Trading some big offers on the micros there, 310. S&P futures, pretty good buying. Well, huge buying on the S&P futures actually. Positive almost 3,000 contracts there positive on the S&P futures. All right. So call this a move up out of our range. Now we want to see, is it going to hold in this area, or are we going to end up back in the previous range? That's the kind of stuff I look for. Judging on the fact that it's a Wednesday and that yesterday the market ran like crazy, I feel like a lot of traders are going to be trying to trade yesterday's price action instead of today's, which could result in today being somewhat of a more rotational type of day instead of a one-sided session like we had yesterday afternoon. Again, I'm just thinking on playing on some basic psychology there, so we'll see if it happens. It doesn't mean that's just an idea. Okay. So we had a bit around 303.25. Still moving higher on the NAS. Russell's range bound. 303.25 was the bid there. Scalp 310-ish if I can get a sweep down 303.25. Good selling here, 7. This might be a pull here, 7. Buyers there taking it, 6, 5. And they took it at 575 there. Filled the bids there. I'll give it one more chance potentially. 765. There we go, tag me. Sweep him, sweep the even numbers. 300, never mind. Looks like we're gonna get swept here. I got out for a scratch there. It overshot me a little too much. I got lucky and got out for a scratch there. I'm happy to take that as a scratch, I'll be honest with you, just because of how much it overshot my order. You see we traded all the way to the evens there. So now watch the 303 bid. We're still bid here. You might look to offer it around 310. It seems like a reasonable offer if you can get a good sweep up there. But, yep. Again, I think that's the idea here today. You're looking to play some ranges. 303 bid here. Not holding, really, not holding. Next area, 94. Coming in here, 97. Taking out some sell stops there, minus 200 there. Taking out more sell stops there, 94. 94 to the tick there. Illuminati confirmed. Alright, we're coming off a move down here now. Testing the previous range, 94. The Russell's still trading in the same range here. Taking out more sell stops in the range here, 94. That's a lot of sell stops got taken out here off of that move, so I'm watching very carefully how it's going to trade here now. 94 bid here. We're going to start now. I want to see, are we going to slowly bid our way back up, or is it going to continue to get offered lower here? So generally speaking, you can offer it, you know, around 303.5 if you can get a fast move up there, but the way it trades up to here now is going to give me a lot of info. And this order might actually be slightly too close. Buy him. 97, they're pulling the bids there. Take out 80 buy stops. Still bid there at 94. 7, 8. 8 quarter offers. Lifting up. 6, 5, 6. 4 bids yet again. A lot of sellers on an uptick there, 94 bid. Again, this could easily run here. Now look at the way it's trading. Yeah, this is getting a little bad here. I'm about to pull that 303, but because of the way it's trading here, look at all this selling here. Still bid at 3, 4. You know, you might get 3 for a scalp, but I wouldn't take it for more than that. So based on the information I'm seeing here, I'm going to probably be a little bit more aggressive the way I manage this trade. If I get filled on any kind of sweep order here, 303, 9's trading, evens trading, ones trading, twos trading. No, I'm pulling that. Look at the way it's slowly inching its way up. That's not my style. Bidding up here, plus 100. Oh, 350, there we go. Trading up, back to the range there, 350, that would have filled the order. Just watching here, now we're bid here, 303. Offered 03. 0350 offered, delta staying flat. Trading higher. 350 bid. Wow. Sellers are taking it down. Trying to. Evens now. Minus 100 on a down tick here. buying it. Oh crap. Give it 303 bid. There's a chance we're good here for a sweep to about 10 even, 10 quarter. If not, I'm going to scratch here. This is an aggressive trade. 303 bid. Are we bid or not? Are we bid or not? Or else it's a scratch. Are we bid or not? 301, 3 evens. We're not bid. 31 minus 30. Are we bid or not here? We took out some buy stops up there. 305 offer. 305 offer now. 305 offer. Sellers trying for it. We're kind of bid. 305 offer. 304 bid. 305 offer. Same deal here. And they're trying to keep the bid at 303. This is not looking good here. This is not looking good. This is not looking good here. 301. And it's bid up again. One last chance here. They're buying it. 305 offer just won't lift. It just won't lift. I'm scratching because it won't lift. That's too long for an aggressive trade like that. For me, that's a scratch just because it had to play out a little quicker than that. I'm not going to become a sitting duck in that kind of trade. That's why I scratch these types of trades. Still watching. 7 now, 8. Chopping here, still trading a 305 offer here. Now it's bid. Sellers again taking them down 303. More buy stops right to the 305 offer. Still offered here. Again, there's a lot of selling, but it's not really going lower here. Evens there, sellers. Coming in, 99. Russell moving up here at the same time. Again, slowly fading, guys. Slowly fading here. Fading off the highs, fading off the highs. Looks like we're going straight for the VWAP at this regard. 94, trade in. There we go, 92, 91. $300 even offers there. I'm trying to offer them around there. If we get a decent little sweep. Remember 94, watch 94 here. Sellers not bid 94. Going through the previous range here. Offered 96. 94 bid. Two-way business here, 95. Order looks just a little too close here at this rate here. Just a little too close. coming back up here. Now we're bid here, 96. We got a lot of good selling that took us down here. Now we're slowly bidding our way back up here. 98. Evens now coming up. They're 99.5. That was where I had my order originally here. Now we're bid 98 quarter here, moving up now. Evens. Filled on the sweep here. Now watch 03 here, 03. It should stick around here just for a little bit. But I got filled on a sweep here. Kind of pausing here, 01 bid. Even bid, 01 bid. Even bid here. Even bid, took out some buy stops. Even bid, this is a little dangerous here. Even bid. Even bid 301. Sellers again now. Even bid. $99 now. 98 now. 97, 96. Give me a sweep 05, 95 half. I can take it here if we get a little sweep. The way it's slowly going down though. 95 half gonna take me out here. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna manage this one by hand here. Watch 95 or 95, 94. It's coming down real slow here. 97 bid 95, 97 offer. I'm not gonna let that one come on top of me. 302 offer. I got out scratched, but I'm still watching. I'm just not gonna let this one come on top of me just because of the amount of selling we've been seeing holding the bid here for quite a while. So for me, the probability is just not in the favor of staying short, even though pretty much I top tick that on the exit, which is really no good. It's all right. 95 bid now. So we're three scratches in a row here on the session, so might take it easy here. Might take it easy. Take it easy. Wait for the fish to be in the water here. Delta's down on the Qs. We've been seeing a passive seller. S&Ps are at the high of the session, mainly being held by the Russell. So we'll see if we see a switch here. Coming back up here, 303 offers now. 05 offers, remember, that's where our big seller was. Still offered up here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those buy blocks. There's a buyer trying to lift them, but they can't lift this shit, man. 6 offers, 5 offers. Took him out there 11. Nice sweep to 11. That was a great move. Great move. He's got a shit ton of buy stops. All right, coming in now 3. Sweating right back down there. 3. That's a lot of selling on the bid there. Was last offered at 11 here. Coming back down now into the range here, into the previous range. There's a good chance of a liquidation here. So if you're long, I would say be very careful. Thing is, sellers are getting trapped here now around this area here. I'm still watching though. 150. They're buying them. They're buying them. Wow, look at how it's bidding up like that. They're bidding, look at how they're bidding it up. Delta pretty much flat there. It's getting bid up. Again, 10-11 coming up. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Hey, what's going on, David? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Martin? Hey, what's going on, Prajant? Not able to understand the layout on screen. Would you mind explaining the layout, screen layout, and explaining how to watch this live stream in your piece? Yeah, I can explain it to you. How many people are watching here? 15? Okay, good, I can explain it to you. So yeah, basically, this is the market, and I'm looking at where the trades are taking place. And I'm looking to trade it. That's it. No, it's more complicated than that. But what you're looking at here is you're looking at the equities markets, basically. And you're basically seeing a zoomed in picture of what's going on at each price and everything, and how the bid and offers are moving around. So the Russell's seen some absorption up there at that 06 area. Previous liquidity pull at 04. Again, I always see the same damn patterns occurring, man. It's pretty crazy. Hey, good morning, Johnny. What's going on? Trading there, NASDAQ now trading through the upper end of that range there, 310 bid, building value higher. In my opinion, pretty bullish overall, but there's a lot of liquidation moves that are occurring today, so for me that tells me this is likely to be somewhat of a more rotational day. But NASDAQ is at all-time highs, so definitely do want to be cautious with that. But the Russell's leading the way this morning, stronger. It's overall stronger than the NASDAQ, even though the NASDAQ is at all-time highs. So we're still moving up here, not much to trade just yet. 12 offer. Got met with a bit of a train at the 12 offer. Trapped a lot of buyers there. If I bought them here, I'd be looking to sell them there, 7-ish. $7.50 coming in. Again, we were met with that 12 offer here. NASDAQ's moving up. 12 offer another time. S&P S&P is trading near their end period highs. Basically, that's a crucial area for the S&P futures there, that 45 a quarter. Key resistance, 43 quarter to 45 quarter, key resistance S&P future. Yeah. 7 bids still. 450. Hey, thanks, cool man. Appreciate it. Oh. Alright. We're bid here minus 300. They missed me by a tick. Filled it. Watch this area. Uh-oh. Seeing a big seller just come in now here. Really, it's this 299 area. It should stay bid. If not, I'm going to stop out. Oh, big seller, big seller, big seller, big seller. I'm more comfortable with a break even at this point, unless I'm getting stopped. I think that spooked the market a little. Alright, I'm scratching it, because it's about to go and hit the stop. I think that spooked the market. So watch. Oh yeah, look at how it's trading here now. It's like stuck here. Back into the demand zone. It's kind of dangerous though. So I'm sitting on 4 scratches now in the day. It's pretty crazy. Keeping risk small. We're surviving. And they bottom back up. One bid here, and they sell it again. Getting that 94 bid there. Still going. Trade 91. Let's trade at 043. 045 was the lowest on that move. Interesting. Yeah, this the way this is trading now, it looks like it can really pop. Look at the delta on the Nasdaq. But again, if it stays under 94, I gotta say it's bearish. But the way it's still holding here, a bit of a red flag. I'm not too bearish here. Gotta be honest. Contextually, it's not that bearish. I mean, we are coming off a move down, so that's the only thing to be aware of. But the way it's bidding up now, still, we just want to see how the sellers are going to manipulate this. Again, this is very common for 10:30 in the morning. Often we see a lot of this trap action, like kind of trading range to like advertise and get some traders on board to enter trades, and then you're going to start seeing a move later on as the session develops here. Watch that 04 area on the Russell. I smell a bit of trouble there. $10.30. Watch the 01 offer on the NAS. Still going down. It's 01 offer. Minus 50, stable. What's our ranges like? About 5 to 8 points. Struggling to hold the bid here. That's what I'm seeing. Struggling to hold the bid. Well, really what it's doing is it's advertising for sellers. It's trying to find liquidity. It's finding sellers. That's what it's finding. Here we go, 91, 92. Trading a VWAP there. Sweeping down. Got a shit ton of sell stops, minus 200. All right. So I call 01 is the upper end of that range right now, 301. We're coming off a down move, and we're below our key bias on the Nasdaq. So, I mean, I can't be long biased here. I just can't. If we manage to get back up here and trade the upper end of the range, I'll consider it. But this is a short bias right now. But again, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We're below our supply zone now. Again, on the S&P futures, look at that. We top tick the supply zone. The Russell's the only one that's holding on better right now. S&P's right back into where value is. Okay. Probably won't get that, but in case they decide to run some crazy buy stops, I'll keep an order there. S&P's now selling off here. Looks like the Russell's helping out here. All right, that's the move I was looking for earlier. Okay, so the Russell just flushed through the 04 area. I'm trading a bid. Okay, we flushed through it only a couple of ticks. Now, what you'd like to see on the Russell here, you can keep a bear bias in the Russell, but it's just harder. That's not a 30-minute zone. 028. Oh, 4-5. Now it's coming up now. Bidding up. Well, it's not really bidding up, it's just going up. Offers lifting. Ah, there we go. Watch that 90 bid there. The Russell now seems to be slowly fading its way down here. That's pretty reasonable. Let's shorten it right there. The stop there, low risk. Very quick move up there. 09, oh, we filled it. Oh my gosh, took out a shit ton of buy stops there. I almost got stopped myself. I'm actually going to move that just a couple of ticks there. And watch the 04 now. Nas selling off, Russell holding. I might have the wrong idea here, but that's a liquidity pool that I think it's not likely to go and test, but I think it's going to now. It's all about the like the 04 sort of area here, 04 half, 04. Like if it goes to 056, it's going higher to 06, so I might as well just, that's a decent area for a stop here. So the whole plan is that I'm planning on this I'm betting on this 04 to hold on the offer. But right now it seems to be bid. Risk reward is tight on this trade. 042, we're seeing buyers. Traded 05. And I'm out on that trade. All right, I had the wrong idea there. 055 got stopped on pretty much a top tick. It's going higher. What's that? Hey, cheers on Dead Man. Appreciate it. All right, we're surviving today, guys, but we're really borderline. We're really like we're 3 scratches and 2 small losses here on the session, so we're not really doing well. We're not making money, but we're not losing money either, so we're surviving. That's what matters. Again, as long as Nas is holding the M period area, it's still pretty bullish off of that zone. Starts losing that though. Turns out I did get stopped on a top tick there, eh? Damn. Didn't trade 06. Yeah, not a whole lot of clarity, that's why I'm just sort of chilling. But I'm watching very closely how the market's trading. The Russell looks like it's pretty bearish here under this 045. Yeah, Nasdaq's still holding a bit at 78 here. Good chance to take out some buy stops at this moment. Meanwhile, the Russell seems to be getting an offer lower. Again, it's not moving enough though, that's the problem. That's why I can't really, that's why I don't like it too much. It's moving really slow. But I think the Russell looks like it's moving lower. It's slowly going lower, 027. Through the view right to the view app. It's not gonna get there, you know. Russell made a new low there. Trading into its previous range. That's why you can't keep bull bias on Russell here. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Only bear on the Russell. Qs are selling off good. 79 is a key pivot. Russell's still going lower. Where was that that one thing? I want to take a look at that. Profit target on the Russ would have been right here at 999. You can see there's some market bias coming in right there too. 999, that would have been it. As well as down to, well, 985 around there. Not even considering long trades right now. So we have this zone here, 269 up to 71, 72-ish. Sort of a support zone. It was a previous supply zone, acted as demand this morning here. So it's quite an important zone here. Bit of a bigger picture bias, some end period high from yesterday on the NAS. We're on a few buy stops here back up to the end period high. Basically this is like sort of a bigger picture area bias. Under that, this is the demand zone. Other than that, there's not much going on here. Russell is now seeing some profit taking. 991. My neighbors are walking around the fucking house. Russell just saw it move back up to the center of its range. Still thinking it's a reasonable scalp off of that 3.7, 3.6, 3.7. But this rate, I don't think it'll even get there. Depends on how it gets there. So watch the delta now, plus 100. If you can get a big sweep, that's great. Qs are moving up to trade that liquidity pool 81. By the way this is moving up here, this seems reasonable. I just wish it would just keep moving up. Let's see. Bit of an offer there at 0.24. Look at how this is moving up. 3.6. 3.5. 3.7. Nope, didn't take my order. Wow. I didn't get the Q there. Is this going to be a similar thing like before? Well, the whole idea is that I'm expecting it to stop around 0.42. It shouldn't go higher than that. That's the thing. But the problem is this is the stop run zone. So my stop is in the stop run zone. That's the danger here. So this still might work, but we'll have to see here. 0.14 seems about reasonable. Ah, there we go. Great one. Great one. Looks like we nailed this, but we need a little bit more selling to get out here. 0.25. Sold near the top of the range. 3 bid now. Shouldn't come back up and trade 4 bids here, but it came back up very quickly. That's what's very alarming here. There's a lot of buying. Bids again, 0.32. And the Nas again saw more selling on that move there. Rebid a little bit. 0.23, 0.21, 0.2 even, 0.28. Qs are still going down. Sort of like a hole in the profile, so I'm not really going to bet that it's going to jump over that. That's why my order's before that. So I'm not betting on it to go through this low volume area. I'm betting on it to stay here. So that's why my order is like in a comfortable spot here. Just give me a good sweep. 0.19. 0.18. They're buying them though. They're offering them 0.2. 0.17. We're really close. Again, 0.21 offer. 0.17. A lot of an offer there at 0.21. Good buying. The buying's getting absorbed though. See? 0.21 buyers. $0.21 buyers still. I mean, just need a little sweep down to take me out here. Swept them up, lifted the offer, 0.26. Where do we trade here? 0.28? Yeah, I see it now. 0.2. I'm at 0.24. It's a little dangerous, eh? Center of this range. Alright, this 0.2 offer here. Very curious. buying here now. 025. Now we're seeing vids show up on the micros. 023. Tried for 3. Now we're bid 026. Ideally what there's the offer now. It just showed up on the side of the micros. I don't like how it's bidding its way up slowly here against me. I don't like this at all. This is no good. I'm scratching there for 3 ticks. Ha! I scratched it for 3 ticks. And then it popped right after that. Because I really was not interested in letting that sweep against me. 05, now what? It would have taken me out here on my stop. Alright, you don't want to hear the music? I don't care, it's for you guys. I don't like it that much either, I'll be honest with you. I'll just lower it, how about that? I'll leave it there, but I'll just lower it. Where are you guys? Not here, not here, not here. There it is. Yeah, overall not doing much here. Not much going on here today, guys. Just slowly grinding myself to infinity. All right, make a poll here. 19 people. I'm making a poll. Music or no? Did it work? Lo-fi trading ASMR. Yep. Not a lot of clarity on the Russell anymore, so I'm just gonna chill out and look at the NAS for a bit. Take a note of what just happened there. We had the right idea, but we scratched our Russell short, and now it's, well, it played out here afterwards. Hey, what's going on? Bigger picture, there's not much really going for the bulls here on the NASDAQ for a while. So we're coming up to the low volume area from yesterday that was left starting from yesterday's rally. In my opinion, this thing has room all the way down to 229 to 218 zone on the NAS. The S&P as well. Well, it's a little positioned a little better. $259. Yeah, I agree, Johnny. Today is a little weird. I'm seeing that too. I haven't had much success. Ah, what the hell's going on? There we go. Bidding up now. Popped it up, 259. $259. I had a feeling about it. That's the first test. Another time there, 259. I saw it trade. Offer. Kind of rangy now, I like it. Still bear bias though. 53 still bid. Popping back up top of the range. Coming up slowly, 6, 7. Delta positive. Russell recovering as well. Seem to be doing the same thing now. S&P's weaker, Russell and Nas recovering. Took out some buy stops. I got some sell stops. Bid it up, pull the bids. See that? They always do that. You'd have Edge selling at 59 all this time here. I've been watching that price for quite a while. Haven't traded it though. Russell bidding back up there, 300. Fast move up again. And he pull it again. Just advertises for buyers, then it pulls. It's pretty good. Another time, 59. Is this the moment of truth here? Coming up now, 61, running buy stops, 62, 3. Ran more buy stops, about 200 that time. You know, I could scalp it right off of this. Let's see. 70 half. 70 half seems reasonable. If not, then it's going to be 75. $66 here, it's bid. I'm willing to sell another clip at 75 quarter, I'll be honest with you. If it gets there, but right now it's offered 71. So I'm looking to get out here. 66, I'd be looking to get out around here. Punching the bid, potential scratch. This is sort of an inflection point. Pulled in a bid 67. It was last bid at 66 here, so I'm definitely watching that. We saw a minus 100. So we traded up here, now we're in the edge here. 71. Thinking there's a good probability of a decent move here. $65 bid. $450, 5 again. 6 offer. Sweep it up again. 69, 70. Man, there's a lot of this type of shit today going on, eh? I don't like it. 70 still offered. Testing my break even. Still offered. We're still good in the trade. $68. I want to be too lenient with it. We're bid here. $67.50. We're bid here. Not my cup of tea. $67.50. We're bid. Sellers being active. $67.50. We're bid. We're bid. And we're not bid. 66. Are we bid? 66 bid. Sellers being active. 66 bid. And it's holding. $66 not bid. 65 coming in. 66 still bid. 66 holding like a fucking cup of tea. 65 not bid here. Coming down now, sweeping 65 bid here. 65 bid now. 66 offered here now. 66 offers trading. And looks like we're going slowly down here, but 66 is bid now. We're sweeping back up here. 68.50. Swept him back up now. It's just a little alarming. So I might just consider scratching. But I do think there's still a decent chance. I mean, as long as 70 is still offered here, we seem to be still in a decent position at this moment. So 70 now trading here again. And 70 still offered here, 70 half. 68.50 yet again. 70 offer. I'm leaning on scratching it, but I'm pretty patient with it. 69.50. $70, 71 offer, 72, 70 bid. Now 70 bid here. 70 not bid, now 68.50. Trying to bid 70 again, now 69. 69.50. Again, I'm getting information here that the trade is slowly not working as we're slowly bidding here. Bidding in this area is not really my cup of tea. What I want to see is the sellers continue to be active in this area here. We have seen active selling, but it's really not my cup of tea here, staying bid at 70. So we're chopping my price here. 71 offers, trading 72. I'm comfortable taking a fill at 75. I can get a sweep here. I like the area that we swept him 73. I do think it's very possible to head back down, but we'll see here. We're still bidding. 68.50 yet again on a sweep. Now 70 offer still. $60, wow. 67 sell stops got taken out there. Now watch it very closely here as we come back down to test these trades from earlier here. 71 offers. Yeah. This is sort of the action we've been seeing all day here. It's kind of annoying. 73 offers, just trading a lot. A lot of buy stops. Trading a shit ton of buy stops, so it was pretty good. 70 bid. 72 offers on a downtick, 70 bid. $71 offer, 72 offer, 73 offer. 72 offers. Gosh darn it. Whoops, not, they don't want to do that. Actually wanted to do this. Whoops, they don't want to do that. Actually wanted to do this. And then stop would be somewhere up there. $69 quarter, now $68.50 bid. $70 offers still, man. It's just chopping around here. Again, there's nothing really indicating that my trade is a bad trade right now. Just being patient with it. Other than the fact that we're just staying here, that's the only thing that's indicating to me that it might be a scratch, but I still like the area and the fact that the market's just accumulating here and just chilling out. And I know where my out is, so. Again, all we've been seeing here is buy stops getting taken out at 72, 73. So when they get enough buyers, it can go down. That's sort of the idea here, 68.50. And again, now that, based on how much longer we've taken here, actually the target on this trade might be a little lower. Might be more like 58, 57, but minus 76 on an uptick there, not my real cup of tea here. Again, a sweep to 73. 69.50. Sweep them. Again, another sweep. 69 offer. 68.50 bid. Stepping down, 68 bid. 66. $67 bid, 66. Minus 93 here. See, now seller's getting excited here, but I don't know, man. 68.50. 65. Taking out some sell stops. We're stair stepping our way here down. Stair stepping. $66. $62.75, $62.50. $62.50. There's a little single print there, 62. Got a lot of sellers on board there. 69 offers. They're all buying them. They're all buying them. 70 offers again, yet again. Again, no red flags just yet. I mean, just watching to see if these are real bids here. Damn, 62.50, eh? I see it now. I see there's like a little single print there, like between the two liquidity pools. Anyhow, still watching. 70. Coming back in now. 68. Again, still seeing active sellers in this area. Sweep up to the 73 offer another time, 73 offer. Now it's moving against me here a bit. So I might consider scratching it depending on what we see going forward. Okay, 70. That's a lot of sell stops in 71 bid there, 70. A lot of selling, generally speaking here. 70 bid on a lot of selling again. More selling. $70 offer. $72 offer on a downtick. 69 bid. I might be grasping at straws here, but I think this is still reasonable. $11:30, top of the hour. $71 offer. 68, seeing some sellers. 68 bid. And it's rebid again. 70 offer on a down tick. 68 bid. Been in this trade, what, like half an hour now? That's crazy. But I mean, it's like, there hasn't really been anything indicating really much against it. I'll be honest with you. I picked my location and it's working out fine. I mean, so maybe some guys would trade it differently. Some guys would manage it differently, but I kind of like the way it's playing out here. So thinking 59, 59.5. The way it's going down here, 65. And again, this thing could probably just continue, but I'm not going to get too greedy with it, judging on how long I've been in it. But this seems like a pretty reasonable trade. At least the bottom of the bar there, 60, 62. The bottom of the 15-minute candle seems like a reasonable target there, 59.50. But I don't know, man. It's not doing much. It's taking its fucking sweet time, you know. 82, yeah, so we're pretty reasonable still, the delta wise at least. 67, 66, 65, 64. Remember, it was 62.50. It should flush through it this time, second time around here, get some sell stops. 59.50 seems very reasonable here. I do have late Q there, which is not good, but I think it's still a reasonable price. I might just move to 75 just because of the Q. Yeah, I saw that. 65, 64, 60. Look at these bids, man. Just trade the fucking thing. 64. There we go. 3, 250, 2 even traded. Right to the single print. 2 evens traded. 5 offers, 6 offers. Tell me you're gonna do this shit again. Damn. you guys are probably laughing at me, but that's trading for you. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. So watching the fade back down here, 69. If we manage to fade it, 68.50, 67. Look at that, 66, 67. This rate, it looks like it's just gonna fucking do nothing. More sellers attacking it. 65. To 150, 6 1/4, 6 150. It should go. There we go. We're out. We're out of it, baby. Trading a liquidity pool. Now, I gained a lot of information over the last being in that trade that I was just in for a long time. I gained a lot of information from the market, and what I can say is that I think it is likely to continue lower here. Yeah, you like that, Vlad. I was thinking of it kind of like a chess match. It was like chess in a way. Like I was very carefully analyzing each movement and also sticking to my original plan of the trade. So we got out here on this trade here for a nice profit. And I think the market is still likely to continue lower here. I'm seeing the Russell sell off too. Do you look at option prices? Yeah, not really, but sometimes I look at the open interest. But you can gain some insight from looking at option prices. Sometimes you'll notice when the calls or the puts are staying stable in value while the underlying market is moving. Call it a bit of like a divergence. You can gain a bit of info from that, but again, it's not that reliable. And the hard thing with trading is that there's so much data you have to concentrate on. Is like, how much data can you really realistically concentrate on? You know, you have to be a fucking machine to get this shit all together. So I try to, you know, give myself a decent picture of what's going on and work with that. But surely, like, if you were a machine, you could look at all the option prices, all the divergences between everything, and you'd be like the chess master in a way, right? But I just feel like that's too hard. So again, this shit's coming up here, the 70 handle. And we've been saying the same story over and over again. It's been offered from 70, 73, it was offered here. $74, $75. Wow. Do you mind just briefly explaining all the DOMs and other components on the screen? Yeah, I might make a video on it. Because I can't really briefly explain it because there's a lot of detail. Like I could say, okay, fine, this is a time it sells. This is a delta in volume every 15 seconds. You know, this is the S&P futures, same thing. This is the Russell futures. I got the micros here, and here I've got, you know, my standard deviations and just a little notepad and a clock. That's a very briefly way of explaining it, but I didn't give you any insight into like how I'm using it or whatever, you know. Looking like it's going to run a few buy stops here, but I don't know. I'll be back in a sec. What did we do? 77 traded. bottom ticked that liquidity pool. That was where I got out, 59. I thought that was a reasonable profit area because I don't know if it's going to flush through the whole liquidity pool, but I do remember that this was the top end of that range, and this was a pivot, right? 59 was a pivot for quite a while if you were watching the market. So on the way back down, that's going to be the area I want to look to get out, or at least a little before that. Now, what happened with that trade previously is it was really chopping around that. Well, it would come down and trade at 62.50, then it bounced up to 70 again. Then it slowly started to do the same thing. But I stayed in the trade because the area was always valid. I kept seeing huge amounts of buy orders on the offer, and the fucking thing just couldn't go lower, and it would always kind of just start fading from that handle. So it tells me that there's a lot of supply in that area. So my area is good. I just need to be a little bit patient with it. So now we're seeing a run up here, run some buy stops through the range. I guess, well, yeah, zoom out a bit, look at the range here. So, you know, NQ, basically for me, the bias is 279 more or less. If we hold above that positionally, I would not want to be looking to be short biased at all. That short trade was just for that moment, for that instance. It was part of my plan in that moment. Looking at the Russell, you can see we're kind of similar to the Qs here. And overall, the Russell for me is just hasn't really been a lot of clarity today, and it's a little hard to trade because it's kind of thin a lot. So that's kind of where I'm at more or less here. Let's see here. Your price squawk, actually, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's see here. Can you do these settings in Jigsaw, the Delta? Yeah, you can do that in Jigsaw with their charts, their new charts they came out with. I'm going to do a little video on it in the future. Do you use Market Pro? Yes, I do use a form of Market Profile. So, Market Profile is like a term, a broad term, and it's normally associated with TPO charts. But I don't use TPO charts per se, but I use some stuff from the Market Profile analysis that is not related to the TPO charts, but it's kind of very similar. So I use more volume profile than anything. And there's also a few market profile terms I look at, like M period, that's one of them. And you know, just basic auction theory, like the basic pattern of auction market theory. There's a lot of good content on that out there if you just do your research. So the Qs are seeing a bit of a recovery here off of their demand zone, more or less here. So you could call it, this was it here, 69 to 71. That's kind of a key area. That's a key pivot. And as well as this area, this 79 area is a key pivot because that is going to be, well, it's more of a larger perspective pivot than anything. It's not really a short-term perspective because this is actually sort of the high part of yesterday's range. That's why I call it M period high. And I plotted that on all three markets to get an idea of how they're correlating. So for example, the S&P's M period high is all the way up here at 45.25. So you can see that we've rejected that resistance. So the S&P's are a little weaker, and the Russell, the M period high is all the way down here at 296.2. So you can see that we're holding it on the support side here, and there's a single print here. In this case, normally it looks like it's acting as a form of defense. The thing is, if we start to lose this, there's a good chance of a stop run all the way to this liquidity pool here. So, you know, there's different ways you can play this. 15-minute chart looks bearish though on the Russell right now, just by looking at that. The Qs is seeing a recovery now, so look at that. 15-minute chart was bearish, but now we're seeing a recovery off of this zone here. So the bulls are in control right now, I would say, on a 15-minute basis on NASDAQ from 271 zone. All right. So I think we'll keep that idea for now here. The NAS seems to be leading the way up. S&P is pretty muted. And the ruts are also pretty muted. So that's the idea. These trading view charts are a little weird. I actually need to grab a little fresh air. So you guys chill out. Write some stuff in the chat. Write some stuff in the chat. Just to mess around here. Here, I'll read the chat real quick. Move to break even, so either winner or end to suffering. Yeah, see, whoever wrote that, Kevin, if I would have done that, I would have ended up with a break even trade. I know that's hindsight, but I have been in that situation enough to know that there are certain circumstances that require you to scratch a trade, and there are other circumstances where I'd be willing to let it pop against me for a few ticks, you know, for a few points, and depending on how it goes against me, that's giving me information, right? So it's like all this little nuanced shit. That one trade brought me back to flat on the day here. So I had like what, 5 scratches and a stop out, and one trade that brings me back to break even. So reasonably, that's pretty reasonable. I'll be back in a few minutes. I just need a bit of fresh air. Yo, what's going on? All right. What's going on with you guys? You're Your price clock actually play real music? If Mozart plays, you should increase your size by a contract. Well, 61 confirmed it was going up. I'm bouncing there. Target was maybe 92 if the 70s cleared, which is reasonable. Now, John Rambo Moulton, losing is the key to trading. Careful with that. Did you ever see the stacking and pulling of bids and offers in your trading? If you do it, how do you do it? Yeah, well, for sure. That's always happening. There's always bids and offers being pulled, especially in a thin market like NASDAQ, like this or Russell, and that will move the price, right? So oftentimes, you know, if you have the ability to you know, guys, I'm thinking of it always if I was like a big player, right? These guys have the ability to put in a bunch of bids, put in a bunch of offers, right? And they don't need to necessarily, I know there's rules against spoofing and all that stuff, but I don't know exactly how. I think they can still get away with it, I'll be honest with you. To some degree, right? So they can place a bid, you know, and then they can pull it out. They can place multiple bids at multiple prices, then they can pull them out. That type of thing. And I believe that happens. That's happening all day long. So, you know, you really want to be careful with that. I watch for that a lot. Did you ever make more than 10 losses in a row? I think I did. Yeah, I did have a couple of streaks where I was just, I wasn't seeing it and I kept trading, and I learned that that's really not the right thing to do. I guess over time you learn like where your strong points are, and when you're trading well and when you're comfortable with the environment, you want to press the gas pedal a little more, and when you're not comfortable, when you can see there's not a lot of clarity, you definitely want to press on the brake pedal and stop trading. Do you use opening range concepts in your strats? Maybe here and there. Maybe I have my own version of it, but I know a lot of guys talk about opening range plays and all that, range breaks and all that, but I don't really use them. I would be interested in studying them a bit, that's for sure. There's always something to study, you know. Anything that can make you one step ahead of the next guy. Honestly, that's what I'm about here. The art of losing is essential to the art of winning. Yeah. Fun part about trading: when you're right, you're never happy with the results. Yeah. When you're wrong, you also feel like an idiot, so it doesn't help. Yeah. Can't market be your boss. You got to play with the market maker side. Yeah. Are you familiar with IV charts? I can't add another chart to the window. I can't help you with that right now, sir. Alright, so we've seen some buy stops get run up to the 88 here. Looks like we're trading back into the previous range here on the Qs. The Russell as well is still trading the previous range, but we've been building value lower. That's something to note. We started off with a move up this morning, and now we've been slowly fading back towards the lower end of this range here. And what I can see on the Russell here is we've been trading around this 995 overall. And that's sort of where I'm seeing it. So our most recent value here, actually 985. 985 to 995, that's sort of our most recent area on the Russell 2000 futures. And then we have that other area higher up at 302, 303. All the way up to 304 would be the upper end of that range. 3057. Wow, man, I can't believe it. I literally got top ticked on one of those moves. Pretty annoying, but it happens. It happens, I say. $81 then. Alright, so the NAS coming up. I guess when the market's slow like this, we can kind of work on our context a little more. So I was a little bit unclear with the context on the Russell, so I'm going to work on that for a minute here. All right, so 2991, very important area to hold for the ruts. Very important area to hold for the ruts. This 3028, not as important anymore. I think I had it marked. Yeah, I have it all the way marked at 3045. Yeah, 3045.
That's reasonable. So get rid of that one. I know I'm looking here. I'll bring you on my other screen just so you guys know what I'm looking at here. I'm just trying to give myself a clearer picture of this context. So generally speaking, these are like the make it or break it pivots here for the rut. Key demand zone here. And really this is like the make it or break it pivot right now here. So this 999 area to evens. And we've seen the market seems to be bear biased. 15-minute time frame is in fact bear biased at this moment here. You know, if you want to go in a little bit more, you can say, okay, that is as well as another pivot that's important. But you know, how many pivots do you really need? You know, so just that's sort of how it is. So 15-minute chart, Russell's bearish. So that we understand. The Nasdaq 15-minute chart is bullish as we're moving up here back into the range. So that's pretty clear above the M period highs. I guess the area would be watching would be a 294 down to 291. That's sort of the area here. That's the upper end of that range. And if you want to see higher prices today, it needs to hold above that for sure. Okay, so right now we're in the middle of a trading range here, so definitely opportunity seems to be dropping off. So I'm going to see what the volume looks like here. If the volume starts dropping off a lot, I'm going to consider just calling it for the session just now here, because not a lot of opportunity. And as well, the S&P futures there, pretty weird activity. This demand zone would be where the M period low is, so I'm just going to fix that. So it's around M period low. Around it, I guess. M low would be more or less. Actually, never mind. I'm totally wrong with that. M period low is a lot higher. M period low is here at 430, 434. But again, it depends how you see it. That was a new high of the session yesterday, so I call that sort of like the demand zone area. So give or take a few points, you know, that's sort of the demand zone for the S&P futures, all right? Give or take, all right? Give or take a few points. What I noticed about the S&P futures, I don't know if you guys noticed this as well, but it's a little weird. Like it will often overshoot areas by a couple of ticks, or it will often actually undershoot areas by a couple of ticks. That's something I've noticed as well. So let me know your guys' experience with that. If any of you are trading on S&P futures. 30-minute chart here. I mean, it seems as though the key area to hold right now is 37 3/4. Let's see if that makes any sense. Yep, that makes sense. 37 3/4. That seems like the area to hold here for the S&P futures. And then this is just our supply zone here. So key watch there. 37.75 if we lose it. Well, I mean, if we start biasing lower, probably bearish. Probably test the demand zone another time. And that's it. That's where we're at here. It's looking like the Russell's moving down here again. So I'm gonna zoom in now and look at my footprints. Offers traded on the Qs. What do you guys think? We scalp them off the 71s, eh? What do you guys think of that? 72 even. I think that's pretty reasonable. Off to lunch, we'll look for a better game, a faster game later. Yeah, play some Age of Empires, man. That shit'll make you lose your skull. All right, so what happened here with the poll here? We had 34 votes and 62 of you said keep the music, so I guess we're keeping the music here. That's 34 people that said keep the music. So we're ending the poll there. And the music's staying on. I'll leave him alone at 92. We're 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. Volume's starting to drop. I'm actually going to switch this foot to a 15 minute. I think it's going to be more reliable for the Russell since we're trading slower here today. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. How do you see volume parameters? I don't know what you mean by that. Ah, I see. That's a good question. No, I just look at the futures volume. I imagine you can get some insights by looking at everything, by looking at the IWM and the Qs as well, because there's probably some market spreading that goes on there. But you know, that's an interesting topic. I think all I really need to see is where the liquidity pools are. Like, I don't really need to see exactly how much volume. Like, I guess for my style of trading, all I really need to see is where those liquidity pools are. Because you can't really know how many are long and how many are short at all times. Wish you could know that. Because sometimes the delta is misleading, right? Alright, so we're looking at the NASDAQ trading here in the center of today's range, pretty much. And as well as the Russell, seems like it as well. Seems like we've been building value a little bit lower here, 298.5. And S&P futures not far away either, just slightly below session value. Overall, slowing down now. Slowing down quite a bit. Now that I see it, this is what I'm seeing here. 65. So I would bid him at 72, and I'd bid him at 65 or 66. I'd bid him here, 66.25, hopefully there. And the stop would be under that. The stop would be under 60. That's quite a large stop, isn't it? 70. Yeah, that'd be quite a large stop. Yeah, that seems a little bit more reasonable. coke, the higher we go. You're crazy, bro. In your 3 jigsaw DOM clusters, are the 3 on the left of each cluster something you're using to help trade the DOM on the right of them? Not sure if that question is understandable. Cluster. Which cluster? What's a cluster? You mean the volume profile? What do you mean here, cluster? You mean the current trades? Actually, now to see that, I'm gonna scratch that idea here. I like the 65 zone. It's a pretty sweet zone. 65 half is a pretty sweet zone for a trade, but I don't like what we're doing now. Nothing going on. Just going up, bidding up. Going up, bidding up. Bidding up, nothing going on. So now would be a good time to ask questions if you guys got. Bidding up 288. Bidding up. Let the NQ run. Nice. Buddy of mine seems to got a nice runner on there. A lot of things working this winning with scale. And just scroll into Twitter, huh? Screw that. Still waiting for your follow-up, Freder. I don't know what you mean by a cluster. How many standard deviations are in your charts? 1 and 1.5. Yeah, 1 and 1.5, because I view the 1.5 as kind of like an overshoot to the 1, because the 1 doesn't really get respected. Well, 1 sometimes gets respected, but the overshoot of 1 standard deviation is about 1.5. So, generally speaking, call him back after. That's like kind of your overshoot. That's how I see it anyway. So you have 1 standard deviation, and your overshoot is the extra half. So right now, if you look at this, right, we're trading about 5-point ranges here, 78 to 83. 5-point ranges, maybe 6. That's what the standard deviation is indicating, and the overshoot would be about 2 points. Okay, so you might expect about a 2-point overshoot of that. So, you know, it just kind of helps me, you know, not keep my orders too close, that kind of stuff. Guitar chops are sick. What do you play primarily when improvising? Pentatonic with additional notes. So we could do a music lesson, yeah. I don't know, man. I'd have to pull out my guitar and start showing you, but this is a trading stream. One scale that's cool is the it's the minor. I don't know how to explain it, but it's here. I'll play it. It's this scale. Let me get my guitar. It's when you play an A minor. That's a natural minor, but you have to sharp the 4 and raise the 7th. That's the best scale, because I've been listening to a lot of Egyptian music lately. Alright, so the Qs are seeing a bit of a move here. 79.25 bid. And the Russell back up. Yeah, man. Check out Omar Khorshid, amazing Egyptian musician. He played with a lot of the greats in Egypt in like I think it was like in the 70s and 80s. I've been listening to his albums lately and it's just so good. That's kind of what I've been on to lately, but I like all kinds of music, man. Music is like, I can listen to anything. I'll dig anything. We got, like, I'm a huge fan of Baroque classical music. That's like my not a guilty pleasure, because I'm not guilty for liking it, but that's like my go-to. I can listen to Telemann or Bach any time of the day, and just like, I love it. But I dig a lot of Latin music and Afro-Cuban funk. I've been digging that lately. Oh my god, that's good stuff. And Egyptian music. Taking out some sell stops here on the NAS 76. Moving down. Trading into this little low volume area. I'm thinking generally here, you know, 71 seems reasonable for a bit. Remember that shit from earlier, the way it kept re-offering this area. Now it might rebid it on the other end. Sweep in 72. I'm a bit of a chicken to place a bid here though. I actually like it better at the 65.5 handle. That's more my handle right now, and I have an order there as well. We're going down. Look at the inverse charts. Russell up, Nas down, inverse. So now, looks like the story's changed here. Now it looks like the Russell is coming up and is bullish on the 15-minute chart. And the NAS is now seeing some supply from the 280 zone here. So we're in a tightening range, but that's sort of the info. And the S&P futures has been going up here in the 15-minute chart. So we're seeing a move down now. we're trading into this low volume area. The only trade I can see here is getting filled on some kind of a wash sell. And then getting out on a quick bounce. That's sort of the trade I can see right here, if that could occur, but so far nothing's going on, so. See what's going on in the market as a whole. Why not? While I wait for this order to fill. So I don't have live data on commodities, but we can see crude oil's up about over 1% here. We've been seeing some profit taking. Crude oil's just still been on a tear here. Look at that daily chart. Just full euphoria. This is not live data, so I don't know what's really going on. Maybe we're down here right now in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, crude oil's been on a tear. Don't fade it. Natural gas, crazy move up today. Wow, up almost 3% on the session here. Daily chart looking pretty bearish here, close to historical low. Monthly highs here, October highs. Pretty nice. Looking at the bonds there, 10-year bonds. See daily chart. Range bound. Not much going on there. Let's look at the Bitcoin real quick, because I know a lot of you guys are euphoric about the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's actually not that hard to read because it tends to respect volume profiles pretty well, at least from what I've noticed here. So we had this area right here around this 32.5. That's one zone. So as you can see, the market was demanded from this zone. And if we get back under here, that's going to be pretty important. Bulls really don't want to see lower prices under that because there's a lack of clear demand zone here until here, basically 29.9, 29.8, give or take. If you zoom out a little more, you can see we're kind of filling in a bit of a low volume area that was left earlier. So very range bound session here today. This is another area to be watching here, 35.6. Potentially you can see a stop run up there. You know, I'm the type of trader, I'd have a limit order waiting in this area. And probably a stop right here at 37. That would be my stop. I would not be playing with that. So, you know, risk to reward seems pretty reasonable there. I mean, as you can see, you know, daily chart, the daily pivot now, we've seen a recovery here on the Bitcoin. 33.4 daily chart pivot. Under that, daily chart's still bearish. So what this will do here is it will get a lot of buyers on board. A lot of people are going to be bullish on Bitcoin here. So I would imagine if the thing can start losing the demand zones again, it's probably going to become a good short. But at this moment, it looks like it's still bullish. 30-minute chart is actually bearish here from 34. So that's sort of how we're playing it. Ethereum, whatever. Dollar. I've been watching the dollar, and one thing I noticed about the dollar this week is that, well, actually last week into this week, is that the dollar saw a nice move. The dollar got lifted up on the FOMC, and the consolidation is lighter. It's quite light compared to what the market did. Compared to what the market did, we saw a huge dip and then a huge rally. Whereas the dollar is just kind of consolidating now 3 days in a row. So it is bearish on the daily chart now from this pivot, I would say. What am I doing? 91.82 daily pivot, more or less. If we can get above that, probably a good chance for another short squeeze. But as you can see here, we've been moving lower ever since. So it also lines up with the 30-minute zone right there. So these are supply zones currently. Recently demanded from 91.60, give or take.
I don't have the profile here. It would be nice to see a bit of a profile. You look at the DX futures. And yeah, looks pretty reasonable. I've been thinking about trading the dollar, but honestly the only way that I would trade it logically would be using small US dollar on the small exchange. That's the only way I would think of reasonably trading it. Other than that, it would be Euro micros, Euro futures, Euro US dollar micros on the CME. But the thing with that is the Euro is not exactly the dollar. See, they're not exactly inverse. So if you to trade a product that's exactly correlated in the dollar, you can either trade the DX or you could trade the FX. I don't remember the symbol there, but it's the small exchange symbol. Yep. That's where we're at. ENLC, good nat gas midstream play on dips. All right, Frederick, let's see. In the middle of your screen, you have a dome with prices around 230, 240 right now, and right beside it is a dome that shows the market buys and sells as well as volume. I'm not too familiar with Jigsaw. Trying to discern what they are. Not sure how to best ask without having a mouse or pointer. So basically, this is the time and sales, and everything you see here. Not everything, because actually I'm filtering out the one lots. That's just how I have it set up now, but you don't have to filter out the one lots. You're still seeing all these trades that you're seeing here are showing up in the middle here as well. So everything that's printing here is also showing right here. And I like having them both displayed next to each other because it gives me a good visual picture. I would say a lot of trading is visual. You want to make sure that you're showing yourself the data in a way that you can respond to it, and in a way that is comfortable for you to see it, right? Oh, you can't see my screen. Sorry about that. I'm on the other screen. I always forget that. Okay, let's restart. Here we go. This is the time and sales right here. All right, and every transaction printing here is also showing up in these two columns right here. So if a trade occurs on the ask, it's going to occur on the right side here, and if a trade hits the bid, it's going to occur on the left side of that. So both of these ways it's basically the equivalent way of looking at time and sales, except with this you can actually see each trade. Well, you can see the trades getting accumulated at the prices, which is very reasonable, because a time and sales, I mean, you guys know this, you look at a time and sales, you can't read what the hell's going on when it's moving super fast. Whereas if you suddenly see, you know, a 200 lot buyer come in and the price doesn't go up, you can see it there. Whereas on the tape, it's gonna just surpass really quickly, right? Or for example, if you have 201 lots, right, you're gonna see the transactions get lined up. They're gonna hit these columns right here. So that's why the columns, the current trades columns, for me is one of the best ways to read the inside print of what's going on in the market. That's why that's just a great way to see it. And that's kind of the whole thing behind what Jigsaw is doing. There's other platforms that do it as well, so it's not like original to them. But I think they were one of the first to kind of come out with that. And on top of my time and sales, I have a similar representation, which is just showing me the volume that's taking place. So on my time and sales, I'm not showing actually how much volume's trading, but I can see it right here on this. This is just a little chart. So it's just set to a 15-second chart, and I can see, you know, how much volume's coming in on average every 15 seconds, and the delta associated with that here. So it's buy orders minus sell orders. So if we see 10 more sell and market orders, it's going to be negative 10, the delta. You know, that's the idea. So a lot of it's just like nuanced stuff. Can you tell us the name of this platform is called Jigsaw Day Trader. But I'm also using TradingView here on the left just to show like these range charts, and on my other screen it's TradingView as well. But again, there's other platforms that do the same sort of thing. Jigsaw is just the one that I've used, that I've grown comfortable with. I also like their execution. I find their execution platform has some features that other platforms don't necessarily have, like moving your orders around. I talk about it in a couple of videos I made.
But like, yeah, that's it. Okay, MES is set to a strategy builder, so a strategy test. So I'm just gonna put on a test trade and I'll just show you what's going on here. So look, I'll try and get filled on the bid. So watch this when this order fills, if it fills, which it should. I don't exactly have Q on it, but we'll see. I'm really like last in the queue practically. Oh, not anymore. Saw some bids line up there in front of me. In back of me, I mean. Really low activity overall. Nothing going on. I'm probably just gonna stop trading here, guys, but I'm just to demonstrate the thing I'm talking about. Okay, watch, look. So now that I'm in this position here, I can move my order so easily just by doing this. Look, I can move my stop order to any price. I can move my limit order to any price just by clicking, right? That's like, for me, that's the most OP feature you can have in a platform. All right. Especially if you're trading a fast market, you know? So my offer is there for a 1 tick profit. Let's see if I get it. Probably not. Ah, they're hitting the bids there, 39. And I'm pretty late in the queue there at 39.50. I might just try and scratch break even there, 39 quarter. Let's see. Should be able to get out. 38.75. Offered there, 39. Should be able to get out there at 39 quarter. If it trades, it's not really trading it though. Nothing's trading there. Ah, there's something trading there now. Should take it out there, 39 quarter. Boom. So yeah. Thanks, man. I just started scalping options a few months ago. Is there anything like Jigsaw for futures that would be beneficial for options? I'm still new, but not sure if Jigsaw. No, so Jigsaw doesn't work for options, only for futures right now. But you can use the depth of market on options as well. Like you can use the book trader for interactive brokers. That's like the one way I would use to trade options. But even, yeah, you can use that. It's perfectly fine. Just careful using things like stop limit orders. I've got run over a number of times using that. Use stop orders. But remember, when you're trading an option, it's a derivative product. It's not an underlying. So you don't necessarily need to look at the order flow on an option. I mean, you could if you want. Some people do. They track options flow, but that's more for like positional biased ideas. But if you're trying to like scalp, you can scalp an option. What I can tell you is scalp the ones that have the highest liquidity. Don't scalp options with not a lot of liquidity, because remember, you need someone to pass it to, right? So if you buy it at 65 cents, you want to sell it at 70 cents, you need someone to buy it off you at 70 cents. If no one's there to buy it, you're gonna get stuck with it, right? I always view options, well, I view trading and scalping as a game of hot potato, but mostly with options. With options, it's like even more. With a short-term expiry option, it's like this is the game. You have a piece of paper and it's on fire and your goal is to grab it and then pass it to someone else before it burns in your hand. That's what trading a short-dated option is. You have to get rid of it fast. Unless you're betting on a huge gamma squeeze, that's also something. Can you use Jigsaw for equities? Yes, you can. You can use Jigsaw for equities. They do support IQ feed. I haven't tried it myself. You'd have to try it, but they do support it. And they support, I can tell you which exchanges they support. Just give me a sec. Download instruments. Here are the exchanges that Jigsaw supports. Australian Stock Exchange, 24, BMD, BMF, CBOL, CBOT, CME, CMED, Commodity Exchange, Eurex, HKEX, ICE. Most of these are futures exchanges. OSC, and then NYSE and NASDAQ. So you can trade NYSE and NASDAQ stocks using Jigsaw, which is kind of cool. I haven't tried it though.
I would imagine someone should try it and make a video about it. It would be cool. But the problem is they don't really have a lot of data feeds that they support for equities. They support the IQ feed right now. That's the best one, but it's kind of expensive. Sweep him, 66 bit. Sweep him, sweep him, sweep him, sweep him, sweep him. 67.50. Sweep it. $67.50 so I can sell it at $71.50. Come on. -1 sale stops, baby. Or else my order's too close. So yeah, they don't support really a lot of equities feeds. They support interactive brokers, but their data is so. What are your thoughts on Jigsaw charging 50? So I'll tell you about that after. But I think it's pretty reasonable. I think it's very, very reasonable, and there's a number of reasons why I'm going to explain it to you after. I just want to see if this order fills. $69. It's bid, baby. It's bid. Seems reasonable. Nasdaq's going down though, so I do want to be careful here. Bidding, this is going to be only a scalp, and it should fill me on a sweep, and that's it. 66 quarter. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. You gotta be kidding me. That is like so fucking typical. At least I have Q at 66, but like, fuck, right? One tick, it's not gonna happen. Fill that 66. I like the area, and also the risk is very reasonable here, so I'm willing to stay in this trade and watch what's gonna happen here go around. The first thing Vlad says, LOL, let's go. $65 half, not my cup of tea. 65, 66 rebid. 67 offer, 50. Ah, 65 even now. 65 even now. Half offer, not my cup of tea here. It's good, it's not my cup of tea. 65. I don't know if it's ready for that one yet, Vlad, but it's possible, right? It's possible. I'm trading on the back of a down move here, so this is a little kind of crazy. I'm a little kind of crazy. I just like the area here. 66 offer now, half. Now it should stay bid here. And again, I ain't looking for much on this, but look at these sellers that keep selling here. 65. These sellers keep selling. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. 64 half. It's still reasonable though. I'm within 1 point here. Within 1 point. We're 12:30 on a Wednesday here, and we're bid at 66. And we're offered here as well. $64.75, $63.75, $63 even almost. And again, it's getting offered lower. This is $65.50 offers. 65 bids. 66 offers on a downtick, but it's trying to rebid it. I don't know, man. This is not really my cup of tea here. This is not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, mister.
And the way the delta's staying flat is really not my cup of tea. We're seeing some buyers, but they can't lift them. Look at that, 65 offers and the shit can't go up. 62.50 now. And the Russell's skyrocketing up and the Nas is not. 62 quarter. Going straight for the stop, guys. You got me, guys. It's alright. That's why we keep our risk small. $60 quarter. One tick from the stop. You got me. I ain't gonna scratch it either. It's just gonna hit the stop. 61 bid, 61, 60, 75. I ain't messing with that. Stopped out. Still probably got more to go. Anyhow, all right, I'll go back to what your question was. Let's see. Oh, okay, what are your thoughts on Jigsaw charging $50 a month for executions? Okay, so look, the thing is, the $50 a month is perfectly justified because they give you access to one of the most powerful journaling tools out there for journaling your trades when you're trading futures, which is called Journalytics. And this tool, really what it does is it automatically journals all your trades for you, and it gives you a lot of analytics about your trades. It's basically overpowered. And that alone, that tool alone is worth the 50. Okay? And I can say, I'm not saying that because I'm an affiliate with them. I'm saying that because I've used it and I've managed to improve my trading a lot by looking at those things. Mainly looking at the time of day statistics, looking at things like risk to reward, average win size, average loss size, and again, it's really it's a really intuitive tool. Now, the other reason I think it's worth it is just for the execution of the platform. I think the execution on this platform is superior to other platforms I've tried. So that's why I think it's worth it. So Nas is selling off here straight down. I tried to scalp it. Didn't get much going. Nasdaq made a new low in the session here. Pretty reasonable. And we're seeing good volume too. So I'm thinking, what I'm thinking, this is a liquidation and a half we're seeing here. This is a real good liquidation. All right, so we saw a bit of there, we saw a bit of volume there. 34, 33, 32 quarter. And that's NASDAQ for you guys. That's why you don't average down losers. This is why. This is your example right here. People are going to say, oh, just buy and just buy more. Just buy more. Not when you're day trading NASDAQ. Don't do that. Because that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to buy it at 60. You're going to buy it at 50. You're going to buy it at 40. You're going to buy it at 30. And then it's going to go to 10. And you're out for a massive loss. And you don't want to be that guy. Trust me. Control your risk. I scalped it off to 66. I thought it was a good area. In fact, it was a good area. There was a lot of two-way trading around the zone before it continued lower, and I saw a lot of signs that it was not working out, but I just let it hit my stop because in the slow market condition, it's really hard to gauge sometimes certain things. So, yep. So we've seen a huge liquidation down now. I'm not looking to offer this in any zone here, except up here, all the way up here. And by the way it's moving up here, it seems like it, at this rate, it could probably come fill a fucking order too. So we watch the bid here, 42 down to 35. Coming up still, 44, 45. Tesla has been one of my good picks so far with scalping. Switched to IB a few weeks ago because Thinkorswim lag finally drove me insane. Appreciate the info, yeah. For sure, man. No, I know what you mean, Kevin. No, it's true. There's, if it's part of your plan, then it's perfectly fine. That's the way I see it. Like I'll often give myself 2 areas to scale into into a trade. I'll give myself like a zone, you know, because sometimes it's very tricky to get in at just one area. So like here, for example, this 53. I'd be looking to scale in as high as 60, as high as 59 in this. Look at the Qs up there. It's a lot of Q. But this 53 order might pull it depending on how it's trading. It's trading really slowly here, and there's a single print right here too, so I don't know if we're gonna get here, we'll see. 50 even, 51, 52. It should be like a wash move. 52, 51 quarter offer. 51 quarter off, 51, 52. 52 didn't quite trade it. 53 swept it. First target 40. So this is a little hard here because look at the way it keeps bidding up. It's bid against me. I don't like this. I really don't like this, the way it's bid against me. I really don't like this. On the note of averaging down. So it was bid, remember, it was bid 56 here. At least hopefully I can get a chance to scalp out of this. We'll see. Again, it shouldn't trade above 62. That's the area. $55 offers in play here. Yeah, it's QQQ, yeah, but on the futures. Like, I'm not trying to call a top or anything. I'm just trying to trade this liquidity pool here. But really, the way this 53 is bid here, it's kind of alarming here. So it's been bid against me almost the whole time. That's something I'm noting here, is that the 53 was a completely bad price. It was bid against me the whole time. So I am looking to scalp out of this. If I can fill this 59, I'll look to scalp out of it probably. But 55 is offered. That's all I have going for me here. 55 is offered. That's all I got going for me. Well, except for the fact that the market just flushed down, took out some sell stops, then rebalanced in a friggin' second here. I think we're all right, generally speaking, but we'll see. 51, 52. $51. It's gonna be another grinder. I already feel it here. 53. You gotta be willing to be patient with a lot of these trades today. Today's that type of session. You gotta be very patient. You gotta be very honest with each trade. Manage each one by hand. That's what I've been doing. So we're not really bid, but we're seeing sell orders here, which you would call the bottom end of this liquidity pool here, 53, which is where I'm offered. And I'm seeing a bit of chop on the price. So all I have going for me is, again, 55 offer. That's all I got going for me in this trade here. Be comfortable seeing a stop run of 59, but not above 62. 7, 8, 9 filled. Still going up here. 59 bid. Still going up here. 60, that's about a 1 point overshoot. 2 point overshoot, it's still going. Not my cup of tea, it's still going. 61, 60, it's really 62. It should not go higher than that, in my opinion. Looks like we're gonna get run over here. $63, yeah, it looks like we're gonna get run over. Unless all the bids pull right now. 62, there we go, they pulled a little. 62. Sellers are active, they can't move it down. 62.50, they can't move it down. $62. $62 offer. 61. Kind of at the mercy of the market here. This is definitely going to be my last trade. That I know already. And we're going to get out. Popped him 64, 75, 65 offer. That's like too high. The plan was 62, and it's bid 62. So I'm totally wrong in this trade. Totally wrong. So I'm gonna get stopped here. It's all right. Take a loss. Interesting. All right. Back in a second, then I'm cutting the stream. Chokes on some water there. All right, guys, I hit my loss limit on the session with that last trade here. Tried to scale into a short, and it didn't work out. It just kept going up. So that's fucking what it is, right? That's NQ for you. I'll tell you that much. You get a one-sided move down, a one-sided move up. No pullback. No pullback for you. No pullback for you there. So, yep. I mean, not much to... I mean, I'm going to try and go over the trade afterwards, but I mean... The trade indicated to me off the start that it was a bad entry. So that was the first piece of information I gained from it. And the second piece of information was that it went through my second order as well. So basically I was totally wrong on that. There's no other way to put it. So that'll put me down 46 on the session. And honestly, that's what trading is all about here. So I'll show you my P&L on the session. You know, I had one good trade. A lot of scratches. Ignore that. That was a scratch on the ES there. So we had one scratch, two scratch, three scratches. One scratch that was less than my stop. Another scratch. This was not a scratch. That was a trade on the Russell that hit my stop. This was a scratch on the Russell. A 3-tick scratch. It was a very good scratch. This trade, I saved money with that trade. Actually, all of these trades were very good scratches in my opinion, except for maybe one that I might have had to be a bit more lenient with. This trade was a very good trade. I stayed in it very long because I was very patient with it. This was just a scalp. This trade was perfectly fine, but it ran right through me. This trade was, the plan was there, but it ran right through me, and I happened to scale in 2 lots and it ran right through me on both of them. So, yep, that's trading for you guys. Unfortunately, what are you gonna do, right? So we lost money today, hit our loss limit on the day, $50. Basically about 100 ticks if you add it up in math. And that's it. So we'll be back tomorrow. Not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll see.